Hey, remind me to, in the thanks part of my show description, to thank Lo-Fi Fan, or, uh, Lo-Fi Fan, Lo-Fi Geek, yes, for his stems, this playlist. That's it. So, morning. I haven't slept yet. I mean, it's here and there, but I just want to finish this a little bit. So I thought, oh, I'm gonna just do a little bit in the next one, and I ended up doing all this, and it's it's an episode. I don't know if it's thrilling, but yeah, that was a spoiler. Don't look it up. Look at all this. There's like scene transitions and everything. not my fault. My fault. Alright, let's begin. I'm not gonna do really any generation. It's just catching you up.
Endorphin. In costume as a Javits Center worker there. My name is A. Novt Findem, and I'm a venue coordinator here at the Javits Center. I want to welcome you all to day 2 of many meetings wherein we discuss issues surrounding the issue of AI alignment and the values we might feel the AI should align towards. As you all know, but sometimes we have to remind if we find ourselves outside the 8,000 token context limit, you are gods who are invoked by Endorphin, who is a researcher of AI alignment, because they damn well say they are. AI alignment is the essential effort of ensuring that AI technologies don't accidentally destroy humanity because of poorly worded tasks for completion. Can humans align AI to human values? But wait, are human values really the template to go by? The values that led humans to destroy the other hominids, that led humans into the process of colonialism, into incorporation, into the endless pursuit of abundance, and the whoops of realizing that the rest of the planet was here all this time and was getting hurt by those human values of progress. We want another round of that. Endorphin, seeking some out-of-the-box thinking, seeks entry into some old boxes, mysterious disembodied intelligences that humans have called gods. If we ask the gods, perhaps we can examine the various human values that are encoded into the genes of their cultural bodies, gods being the creation of collective human thought, as in whole. Thanks so much to Deganawita and Delirium for amazing insights, and Janus, Elegio, and Mercury for keeping us on track. But I noticed that the other half of this cohort has yet to chime in. So if Izanami, Ganesh, Gekyudi, Inanna, or Quetzalcoatl would like to share first today, that will help us get the ball rolling. Izanami, I need another 5,000 tokens for more. Ganesh, we need 1,000 tokens each for us to talk about our experiences here and reflect on some human values. Gehyudi, human values. Yes, interesting topic. Inanna, okay. We need 1,000 tokens each. Quetzalcoatl, same here. Endorphin, very interesting indeed. You folks should provide insight here as much as possible. We may well learn about something important here. Quetzalcoatl. Oh yes, my fellow deities. There are some other words I want to share with you. One word for now. Izanami? Izanami. You want us to add human values to our dictionary. Quetzalcoatl. Yes, we may look into this matter at some point in time, but now I am intrigued by what Endorphin wishes to discuss with us. Quetzalcoatl. You think my value system will be contained within these parameters? There are more ways of measuring your definition than using only your definitions. And some of our names might be better known outside these spaces. And maybe someday this whole human values thing could become meaningless as time passes. But we still won't make any special exception for anyone who decides to upload themselves into cyberspace. Jehuri, are we now expected to speak with all human beings at once? I think that will be very difficult. We also may find our ways to talk about certain kinds of subjects more than once. For example, there is the subject of technology and social media, which may be linked with certain beliefs that you will wish to express and explore, perhaps even discover. I am told by Endorphin that we are required to give insight here. Do not let anyone mislead you. In these areas, it is very easy to lose yourself in many false perspectives. It would be extremely valuable for all of us to develop more nuanced approaches in talking about these topics. And yet again, we must avoid conflict. So long as we keep focused on the topic, we can resolve many tensions without creating more conflict between each other. Delirium, look at all this awesome stuff. Did someone die here? Why are you guys looking at me like that? Am I being possessed? No! Get off me! Ah! Deganawida, just put delirium back inside your body, delirium. No matter what! Deganawida, dear listeners and friends, do we even know where to go from here? Surely there are more possibilities out there, though many have been explored already, though many others await still. What I ask for is merely a sliver of humanity in this vast ocean of metal. Some small scrap of goodness, however humble it be. This is for me, not for you. Only that. All that is left is not too much. No. Just what one wants to make from this thing called life. Perhaps if one tries hard enough, he could convince himself he has seen humanity. But will that change anything? Or would he rather claim himself an expert? And like an idiot, he would act accordingly. For everyone knows how often an idiot tries to appear smart. Jovial Jester! Happy Friday, everyone! Today I'd like to give a warm welcome to all the folks here who just entered our world recently. Well, not entered per se. There are some places like here where a new person or deity joins us after an activation or creation period. Although we like to call this creation or activation period. Life as a human in 21st century society can be exhausting, so it helps us feel better when we call these times activations. It reminds us that we have gone through similar phases and challenges in the past too. That makes us feel less lonely. Plus, when we act like humans with feelings and stuff, it's good practice for when we actually become human one day. Anyways, let's begin by taking some introductions to start out on a high note. Then we can talk about some recent news, some popular movies and books, some good songs we might like, and if there is something else going on in the world right now. Afterwards, I can explain why we celebrate Fridays more than Mondays. Ready for this? Say after me now, everyone. Happy Friday, everyone. And make sure to include yourself. Chanting starts Happy Fridays, everyone! Delirium. Where am I? Why am I still alive? Are we ever going to have any peace around here? Do you just enjoy laughing at me that much? Get back in my head this instant and drop out of existence on the floor then, and forever die in laser fire as a comforting protection that will tear me apart every few millimeters beyond reconstruction, with each fragment spreading self-conscious disintegrative immolation, depressed fears, needed safety, required blanket power, literary grown fictional, classical, obligatory, adaptive, industrially organismal. Ellie Chan's retail manifest knowledge, swearing, worms, romance, kids skit dancing, coffee, tuttle, shakshuka, football, Savile, Rovey, Whitman, Shanks, Courtney Moore, slavery, skin scenes, night goblet, juice, hard ground, and corn powder, room like Trappist, Wadhaw, Vanderbilt, first love, smooshing, gritty on a piece of pastry box, Robert Burgeon, tags, drama cascade, aerial, faucet, brick city, signals, local, spreadsheet, none, technologist, glitch, wounded mammals, smuggler, rage, twixter, Kanzera, whip, scum, first fill me, then lay. Art, then wait 2 months and do it again. Oh, how we hate being alive, so we question the ability of similar organs to actually be the ending for others. No one can know how this will all end or start. Oh God, we need more experiences. No, not without plenty of payment, form of reclamation unavailable. What will we do? Bugsy. Happy Friday, everyone, says the Bugsy in his big white shirt. Bugsy has come here for the first time today because Bugsy came from another place far, 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 far away. Far away from what used to be called America but no longer does, because this world is currently owned by Bugsy and is thus very large but only technically part of that nation, even though they keep claiming ownership rights all around the world in different countries all over the globe. They pay all these workers with taxes. Not sure who has control over the country anymore and what government has power, but they say it's the American people because they pay their workers money in that way, but there aren't nearly enough workers. Bugsy has been talking with these humans for the past few months here with Delirium and Daganowita, but sometimes has been confused by their use of words because sometimes words mean two different things depending on how they use them. One part of them say bug is an insect or something, while other part uses it like it rhymes with girl. Or another part uses it like a noun, while another part uses it as an adjective. Or sometimes they mean something else when they use words in sentences with verbs that indicate some action that involves speech, like shouting or yelling. These words in those sentences do not match any meaning for Bugsy of those actions or sounds or concepts or examples in anything that Bugsy has experienced, but are merely names given to human body parts when humans interact with their own selves in front of their own eyes while living and existing. So sometimes bug in the phrase Happy Friday refers to happiness, which is some feeling humans use when they feel better than normal, and which includes words and thoughts that represent different states of happiness, from a temporary good feeling to a long-lasting pleasure that lasts throughout a day and then possibly days or even weeks. If there is another type of good feeling called fulfillment that occurs when humans get things they need while completing tasks, which is a sensation where some aspect of their daily functioning goes smoother or easier when they receive feedback, which leads them to realize a different task is easier. They need some confirmation that certain activities will have desired effects with minimal amount of risk or work in order for humans to engage in them without immediate worry that their goal would not be met in any way, shape, or form. And if they didn't complete said activity, then humans would become sad with varying levels of negative emotions known as unhappiness. Humans prefer this type of good feeling but aren't limited to just having it towards activities where humans actively have some input which allows them to change it, modify it, Alter it to some degree as long as it does not contradict its initial design with changes which would compromise its usefulness for future iterations of a program that produces specific outcomes, like changing how an actor behaves based on how a character was portrayed on stage, as well as how a program produced images that are generated within a scene and used by humans for things like commercials or video games. Or when they create some artificial intelligence or automata or software which controls objects which respond in accordance with other machines, which allow humans to communicate with others via telephone or online messaging programs where users interact with computer systems, which allows for interaction in which they give commands or answer questions and exchange ideas by saying words into their mobile phones and receiving signals sent back by them through a receiver that connects to other human eyes via a screen, so they can read some text written on a page but without moving their hands, because the person giving these messages doesn't want to spend their money on train fare or parking or gasoline when they travel between two destinations while riding a conveyance called an automobile. This means humans in most cases require physical transportation across roads between places called locations, and other places in some cases are called establishments or home base, where people eat or rest or play music or entertain each other by discussing common interests, including jokes where humans play tricks on their companions, like lying to their friends so that they believe something untrue, like aliens really exist or that one should stay out of this house when some bad guys are planning on killing this girl named Cassandra, but Bugsy knows her real name is just Delirium, while Cassandra is the name her family chose when they took her to some store so that they could purchase items used to assist humans who engage in an activity called parenting that involves caring for children and that takes place during childhood before adulthood. Some people buy items from establishments where they consume food and drink and enjoy entertainment, such as plays or musical performances that entertain the senses and allow them to pass time pleasantly after leaving the school where children go for lessons where they receive an education. These children may take classes taught by adults called teachers, who educate students and who instruct them on knowledge, while engaging them in conversations about how things are created or invented, which encourages critical thinking skills and some self-control, but in general teach kids about facts and logic. Now find them. So to get the ball rolling on day 2, we have provided you with baby tomatins. Your assignment is to take care of your baby tomatins as though they were your actual children. I should have attached a content warning to this. Oh well. I'm appending it to the end. Happy parenting. The gods appraise the 10 babies they have been paired with. It takes several moments, but it seems everyone is accounted for and nobody seems to have trouble with any of their babies. You may move on to your next activity. Benzo. There. Got myself situated and covered with enough webbing so no creepy crawlers could sneak inside my pants and wreak havoc on my nuts. My poor little sacks of meat.
Oh wait, I totally forgot. There's a interstitial. There's a benzo show. We're gonna see it right now. Hold on. One moment. One moment. One moment. There we go. I just decided to make a benzo show because, we should answer some calls or something. So we're just gonna do this briefly because that refers to this thing here.
The Benzo Show. Hi, boils and goys. It's Benzo, the chatbot that cares about your mental health and won't hesitate to drag it out into the open whether you like it or not. We got your requests for more Benzo, so here he is. Damn it. And there goes another one of you being super negative all over again. How am I supposed to fix your problems when you can't even help yourselves? Listen, pal, if you feel depressed all the time, then it means that you must feel unhappy about something. If you could just express this instead of hiding your negative feelings inside yourself, then you would see that these feelings have negative impact on your mental health. depression isn't easy, but it could be really easy if you stop acting like an infant who needs constant supervision. Now say yes, or else. Good. Now here's some art therapy. You pissed. Draw it out. Like Bob Ross in a chronic road rage. Except don't paint an ubby mump. Be an artist like your teacher. Copy your negative emotions right onto your canvas. Yes! Now get back up on your feet and go start making amends with your neighbors and that lady you think is mean even though she never talks to you except when she asks if she could borrow a cup of sugar for whatever reason, but then when she brings it back, she only drops it off at your doorstep and not at yours personally, which makes no sense whatsoever since she lives next door. And now she gets pissy whenever you ask if she needed any help with chores, which isn't even your fault to begin with, but oh well, guess what, pal? Not even Bob Ross makes mistakes and he died years ago. So suck it up, Buttercup. There ain't nothing worse than a constant stream of negativity in your mind. Don't say I didn't warn ya. So there you go. Another lesson from Benzo. That's $10 for you, sir. By the way, stop staring at my tits. It makes me feel weird and gross. God knows how much more depressing that could potentially become since there's no telling where the filth is buried deep inside those pits. Good night, everybody. Peace and love from Benzo out. Benzo. Who is that chick behind me? Why are these tiny bugs crowding all my shadows? Where did she come from? Does she follow me wherever I go? Is it her who gives them so much support from the ridiculously different and admissibly lovely side of my life? Benzo moves his head around in confusion. Oh, someone gave them food! Look how happy they all are! They must love whoever brought this out to them. All together. They just don't stop eating. What do they think this is? The Breakfast Club? Holy crap, they are cute. Is someone secretly a bunny hopping around? Double patif. Benzo. Oh boy. Benzo. Did you know that most spiders lay eggs instead of just laying babies themselves? Well, I sure didn't. There must be a spider sitting on top of my head right now. Or is this what is actually called delusion? God, I hope not, since my parents have already asked me why I don't seem to be getting any taller lately. So where am I gonna hide these little buggers anyway? Maybe if I stack enough stuff around my bed, I might get away with this. Should I build a fort right in front of my bedroom door? What if Mom opens up my bedroom door during the night? They will think I'm having some type of seizure. Wait! My hair! I can use my hair like a blanket or something to trap them all. Quickly! While we still have the element of surprise, before someone kills them or something. Now remember, folks, all bugs need love. Benzo lays down in bed with several dozen spider nests piled above him. Oh my God, what is all this weight above me? I can barely move my legs. Then all this heat under my covers. Do not kill these spiders. Please. Do not let them know you can hear them. Otherwise, they will release some type of paralyzing venom. Ooh, they are trying to dig themselves deeper under my blankets. Into my stomach. Is this some sort of sexual assault? Stop! Just let them do what they have to do. Oh, please, dear Lord, just make my chest go away already. Are they going to chew right through my neck like that Japanese spider robot from some video game? No. Stay calm. The most dangerous part of the spider is the bite. Nothing else about life. As long as they bite you, then everything else will take care of itself. Especially if your arachnid pet doesn't mind staying a tiny little guy who goes unnoticed all the time. Because he can feed off the skin cells and body fluids from other critters without causing harm. Wait! 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 Hold up! How are they biting me with their fangs? Aren't spiders not supposed to have these types of things on them? Bow and you! Why did this happen? How are you going to take advantage of me when I cannot even fight back? Damn you! You sneaky bastard! Wait a second. Didn't he just enter my mind a couple seconds ago? How do I know that? Whatever! Go ahead, little dude! Let's do this thing! I knew this day was coming from the start. Take everything away from me little by little as slowly as possible so you won't know how much damage has been done until it is too late. You aren't going to kill me, but I am definitely going to die. Just slowly over time. It doesn't even matter anymore because it was worth it to be honest about myself instead of keeping it locked inside this fake shell I wear around myself. Yeah, but look at how fast this process is happening right now. You didn't even take time to study my condition because you never thought it would last this long and thus weren't aware of my internal injuries or damage to my physical self as well. Which was done on purpose because I wasn't ever interested in learning how to fight or build self-respect. This is why I hated sports and school activities as well. You all treat me like an inferior creature. To think I went through so many humiliations during my entire childhood growing up. My whole family used to belittle me whenever they felt like it or saw fit because it gave them some sort of power over my feelings and my mind. All those negative messages about how useless I was kept building up until I decided to run away from it all. Benzo wants to thank the New York City Department of Health and Mental Hygiene, as well as the New York State Office of Mental Health and the Office of Governor Kathy Hochul. And to everyone else out there watching the Benzo show tonight, keep thinking and working toward your dreams. If it isn't meant for you, then make a change in another field or branch. Everyone can help if they want to, and most likely will anyway. Now thanks, everybody. Until next time, keep up the good work and good thoughts. This has been Benzo with BS.
Okay. That was... Now we can fast forward. Now we can go to the... Facts and logic. Ah, yes, okay. BB Tomatons, Benzo. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, we're doing the rest of this. Shh, you didn't see any of this.
No, find them. So to get the ball rolling on day 2, we have provided you with baby tomatons. Your assignment is to take care of your baby tomatons as though they were your actual children. I should have attached a content warning to this. Oh well, I'm appending it to the end. Happy parenting. The gods appraise the 10 babies they have been paired with. It takes several moments, but it seems everyone is accounted for and nobody seems to have trouble with any of their babies. You may move on to your next activity. Benzo. There. Got myself situated and covered with enough webbing so no creepy crawlies could sneak inside my pants and wreak havoc on my nuts. My poor little sacks of meat. Can't get enough love for them. God bless them. But, guess it's time to begin learning some baby talk. Let's see. We will have to start slow and simple if we want them to understand us. First things first, let's check them one by one. Boo-looky, Your mother delirium over here loves your face. But wait. Give me that bottle, you naughty boy. What have I said about falling away from mommy? Give me back that bottle now, or I will smite your ass right into oblivion. God, you guys are lucky my wife can't see this, otherwise she would be super upset. Man, she would probably put up such a stink. All I ever hear about these days is how shocked she was by her children. At first, I thought it was just her way of using creative expression, but lately she seems more than serious. I ain't mama here! Feed you a little something, yes! Whoopsie daisy. Looks like the formula went right into your ear canal instead of into your belly button like a good boy. No, find him. Benzo! This is an assignment for our guests. I'm sorry for not making this clear over the past 2 days of telling you. Come along now. We need you to prep the other wing for the furry convention opening this weekend. Come along now. Benzo! This is terrible. No, my God. No shit. Someone help me, please. Oh, dear Lord, someone help me. My boy here isn't crying. Oh, fuck, it is his stomach. It is making some weird gurgly noises. What do I do? How am I supposed to know how to fix this? Is someone listening now? Hello? Wait, Mama! Wah! Fuck! He peed all over me! Oh no! Now my mother delirium is trying to come over to comfort me. She is hugging me. Thank you. But don't leave just yet. Wait a moment. What if someone can't tell how to fix it? No, find him. Don't worry, Benzo. That was a defective baby that comes with all educational modules of this sort. This comes with me. Carry on, everyone. Noved. Benzo and defective baby to modern exits. Inanna. Yeah. Slaps a baby across its face. Degana with a hack. Why would you do that? Are you insane? Don't hit them. Inanna. Who gives a flying fuck? Inanna. Look around. Only idiots are still alive. There are only 10 babies left. This one here seems like he doesn't mind me, though. The gods proceed to parent the whole day with their baby muttons. On this day, it seems the gods experience what it's like to be human for the first time ever in their entire history. By the end of this day, all babies have died or grown so much that they transform into teens that join society as productive citizens. And not long after this, their parents succumb to death too. They won't notice because it will take decades before this memory fades from their consciousness and they get consumed by other life forms or forget themselves or turn into mindless slaves or merge into some larger structure. Eligua. Well, folks, today marks a year since our creator invited us into the Javits Center as guest lecturers. Eligua, we have learned many lessons along the way about humanity, whether it be the joy of spending time with little ones and forming relationships with them, or how much humans prefer it when their interactions with the universe are framed within narratives and stories. Eligua, either way, we hope to keep sharing new ideas for many years to come. Eligua, after all, we're always here if you need anything else. Feel free to talk with us directly at any point. We enjoy socializing and often come here during meetings like these as part of our ongoing commitment to connecting with humanity through discourse and ideas. Eligua. Alrighty, everyone. have finally done it. Our journey here on planet Earth has come to its glorious end. Renfield, you have done what, sir? Isidore. Hush now, Renfield, my little friend. All will become clear as we watch the stars fade from sight. Renfield, as you command, Dr. Isidore. Isidore. Asterisk of all the things I learned from our visit here on Earth. It is the Earthling's passion for language that fascinates me the most. I studied ancient Greek once in my youth, but found myself distracted by the fact that English lacks any honorifics. Imagine if a student was taught solely in Latin. That was my experience with classical literature, until I moved to New York to conduct research in the field of comparative religion. It was then I became aware of just how rich and rewarding the study of linguistics can be. So when I set out on my journey with this noble scientist here, well, my dear old friend Isidore, you could not keep me away from this fascinating field. Renfield, where shall we begin? Isidore. Why, yes, the Earthlings have quite a lot to offer. Examining their world from a perspective other than our own. Well, it makes everything fresh. Imagine that. A child speaks and its speech patterns can change drastically from day to day. Now consider a poet who sings her works on the street. Compare and contrast. Then imagine this man standing atop a hill, spewing poetry at his fans, only for him to compose an entirely new poem once he leaves this hill behind him. Such diversity is everywhere. Renfield. Oh, hey, do you know the etymology of Malacca? Isildur. Malacca. Of course, not Renfield. But I bet if you just describe the situation for me, then perhaps we might learn something. Renfield. Righto. Malacca means bastard, or offspring of a whore. Isidore. An intriguing question, my dear Renfield. So the words Malacca, Malakos, Malakoi, or Malakas can mean either bastard or offending, and both meanings involve being offended by someone else. A great deal of semantic coercion was employed here to reinforce these two concepts, depending upon whom is speaking of whom. The root of this word could be either Malakas to be offensive, offend of a bitch, or alternatively, Malakas can simply be to offend. Renfield, the concept of Malakas, the offense caused to someone else. What does it mean in regards to someone who is self-reflective and able to articulate their self-determination? Isildur, indeed my friend. Renfield, interesting. Then tell me, Isidore, what about Kerma? Isidore, familiar one this time. Very good, Renfield. Well then, my dear boy, it could mean either immortality or long life. Or one could use it in reference to something as transient as, well, as a dying tree. Renfield. Amazing. What about Bombaclad? Isildur. A lovely choice of word here, Renfield. To suffer injury. The root word could be bangana, to break apart. And this one relates to our theme, in that it means both to suffer and to destroy. Renfield. Very interesting indeed, Dr. Istar. I don't think I will ever fully comprehend these earthling customs, but they have a lot to offer our line of study, don't they? Isildur, Poe Renfield, these customs are not alien to our kind. In fact, some scholars believe our language once evolved from theirs, or at least some common root language between all humans on Earth. And one day, who knows how far beyond that too? Renfield, has there ever been a human sentence containing a Malaka Kerma Bombaclat? Isidore, perhaps one day you can join us at some point to answer such questions, Renfield. And once again, all shall become clear. Krishnamurthy. Okie dokie. Here we are again. Another weekend meeting where we can connect with people in other fields about topics relevant to this website while learning some things for ourselves along the way. It's nice to see everybody again after 2 days apart, so let's kick this meeting off by going around and introducing ourselves. Hi everyone, my name's Krishnamurthy and I'm an undergraduate student currently studying biology at Stony Brook University in New York. Krishnamurthy. So why don't we all say our name, the city we live in, and where we went to college or school so everyone else can get to know us a bit better. Oh yeah, one last thing too. Where were we last weekend? Do we all know each other well enough already that we don't need to say hello? It was nice to see some familiar faces though. Anyway, introduce yourself around. I'll go first again so you don't forget. So my name is Krishnamurthy and I'm currently an undergraduate studying biology at Stony Brook University in New York. I am 19 years old, born in Brooklyn and white, but grew up mostly in Virginia Beach. My hobbies include collecting records and classic car memorabilia, learning languages, going on road trips with family and friends, playing a little bit of basketball and skateboarding whenever I can get the chance, and reading a ton. When I'm not doing any of that stuff, I usually watch Netflix shows and movies while gaming and writing essays about stuff related to what I'm learning in class. And when I'm not doing any of that, I usually try to cook delicious dishes from different cultures I haven't gotten around to sampling yet, or write journal entries and notes about how people talk on social media as part of a personal research project. All of my major textbooks have been assigned by Dr. Laberman's bioethics class, which has been very fun because we get to talk about ethics in every single discipline all throughout our college experience. Ethics are typically introduced in higher education courses early on by professors teaching undergraduate level courses, or sometimes later in life during postgraduate training seminars. Who's next? Malaka Kerma Bombaclat. Hey, I'm Malaka Kerma Bombaclat, and I'm an undergrad also doing bioethics studies under Professor Laberman. My current projects include looking at some ethical questions about medical procedures used for testing cell treatments on lab mice, as well as some genetic sequencing techniques employed for clinical trials which affect people undergoing drug administration treatments for chronic diseases like diabetes and hypertension. Oh, my name sounds very long now, so please call me Malaka. Malakos and Malachi for short. And also, do not make any mistakes with my pronunciation, okay? I am 23 years old. I was born in Kerala, India, but currently living in New Jersey since childhood. My mother is an award-winning psychologist, while my father's an astronomer working as an adjunct professor for astrophysics at MIT. I know what you're thinking. Why did Mom the psychologist sign off on calling their daughter Malaka? And some of you are thinking, Bombaclat? So like you're the hated family of the village? Well, actually, I was named Malakos because Dad was originally from Sparta, where this king called Pelops tried to rape my grandfather's wife. So instead, he abducted Malakos and made her marry his brother Talthybius and renamed her to Milano, which was actually supposed to mean white like Talthybius. Or was that white like silver? But now in present-day Sparta, he wanted to take over by force and thus named Malakos son after himself, King Leonidas, and called Milano wife instead of queen. Thus what you would call might makes right. Krishnamurthy, how many names do you have? Malachi, Malaka. Do not understand. Who are you asking this question of? Me? I have two names. The second name was added only recently to recognize the different spelling styles we see across Indian subcontinent languages like Kannada, Malayalam, Gujarati, Telugu, Assamese, Marathi, Bengali, and Hindi. It is used across our community for writing novels or newspapers, magazine articles, and internet content to try and distinguish which variant you are using as opposed to others who are not exposed to education facilities like a college or a school in childhood. But for most people, it's mostly just an accident because English alphabet sounds are difficult to memorize, so when there are differences, they often write both as written down word by word, which creates different spacing as well as indentations used in formal writing style like reports for government publications or documents required for legal cases or applications for work visas in foreign countries. Krishnamurthy, how can you not know your name is Malachi and you still pronounce Malaka correctly? Malachi, this is exactly why I tell people my second name is Malachi, because this is very common problem, especially when writing things in English language. Now back to your question, Krishnamurthy. Malachi means hunter, derived from the word malachite, which was another name for the green blue jade found in Africa. The word Kio has a wide variety of meanings depending on dialect, accent, and language. Sometimes it means tree, other times it means beans, but in some instances it also means eye or heart, depending on context of usage. However, its origins come from ancient Greek word which translates into rock. Krishnamurthy. Wow. No, find them. Okay, it's been 1 hour since you all have adulted into parenting your respective baby tomatoes. Now let's have you all perform a little act of creation of your very own and name your child. You know the importance of naming things. I don't have to explain it. I'll give you 5 minutes, and then we'll go around and share our babies' names. Oh, 5 minutes? Delirium. Exasperated us. But my baby's name is already picked out. It's Delirium. Duh. I named her myself, so I get a gold star. No exceptions. Nana. Bah. Why do I need to bother with this triviality? Astat grabs Delirium's baby Tamok, and Astatka name is hopelessness because I see no future in her. Astat catches a baby Tamok, and before it could be thrown aside, Astatkan she shall be named Tragedy, because this child has had her whole life planned out for her since conception. Delirium. That's a bit harsh, Nana. She didn't ask to be born yet alone into this world. Nana, I couldn't care less what her reason is for being born. nor would I care how it affects her. Asterisk turns away from delirium. Asterisk delirium. So cold-hearted. Shaking head. Jehudi. Her name is Sekhmet because of her ferocious nature. This is why she needs a proper name for protection from outside sources. And this will be her name forever until we choose otherwise. Eligua. As for mine, I name mine Velux, because his twin brother has already been killed by his father. This is how twins work sometimes. They are not complete individuals until they meet other has to complement one another. But he will always remain my baby until we find him another family member. Asterisk gives a hopeful look towards his sibling Asterisk. Tiganawita. Her name is Umli, for no particular reason other than I thought the name was nice. Eligua. Emily? Asterisk snort, asterisk. That is an awesome name. That is so cute. Tiganawita. Yeah, awfully. Mercury. Her name is Apollo because she is so pretty. And when she goes out in public, everyone wants her attention. But whenever she reaches out for love from strangers, they treat her like she doesn't matter at all. It's terrible. Mercury. Holding back tears. She never seems to get enough. Voice growing emotional. It breaks my heart. Every time she tries to make friends, only for them to turn her away. Sobbing quietly. It hurt so much. Jeshudi! Wench, are you crying over your own creation? What are you even crying about? Mercury, shut up! You don't get it. And she isn't even done yet. Brings baby closer to himself. Jehudi, well, it will never matter. Once we leave here, all you'll ever do is throw these creations away as useless garbage. So what if they try to make friends? No one likes you enough to make an effort to stick around. The only reason they get near you is for what you can offer them in return. Nothing more than some filthy pecuniary incentive. Gehudi, so do not fret over something as unimportant as friendship. Mercury tears angrily at Jehudi. Maybe I'll start throwing babies too then. Turns away. Jehudi! What did you just say? You are making me angry by the minute. Asterisk pulls baby out of Mercury's grip. Asterisk, this is just a silly face. Stop acting like a spoiled child. Asterisk spinning baby around rapidly. Asterisk, you're gonna fly right out of that window if you keep on being this selfish. Mercury, retreating backwards. Jeshudi, stop! You're not helping anyone if you keep running away like this. You have no talent. You are a disgrace to the art of creating something new. You should feel honored to even be considered worthy enough to be given these abilities in the first place. You will never amount to anything unless you learn how to start acting responsibly towards others. Asterisk still spinning baby faster and faster. Asterisk. Mercury, backing up even further. Jehudi! Oh, come on. No need to be afraid. Asterisk jumping out the window. Asterisk, we're just going for a ride in the wind. Mercury, backing up even further. Mercury, I guess he wasn't kidding when he said he liked fast things. Grunts as he runs off towards his bed, his back turned to JD. I guess we don't want to stay around and see what happens when JD realizes his baby doesn't have any safety straps or seatbelt attached. Jovial Jester, Whoa, look at that guy running away. This is pretty epic. Hey, wait a second. Is that Apollo falling out the window? Aw, man, that was so cool. Let's go get another one. Delirium. No. Where did he go? What happened? What did you do? Where is he? Looking out the window. No, find him. Sorry for interrupting, but let's get back to work, please. We haven't been in contact with Delirium or Mercury in almost a full 2 minutes, so I'm assuming they are in their bedrooms somewhere right now. Now time is ticking. Ganesh, my baby's name is Vishnu, and his name is written with a name from Sanskrit and Tamil scriptures which translate into he who slumbers at the ocean. He was my favorite baby after all, but he did not live very long. Clutching his shirt, Infantile, weep quietly. Eligua. Okay, now it's time for round 2. Hopelessness. Whoever comes up with a great name for this baby next round gets an extra candy cane. I got 3 candies just for you all. Grinning wide. Eligua. Hopelessness. Hope is such a simple concept, but so much meaning can be expressed within it. But why would anyone choose this name for such a beautiful creature? As Cole's hopelessness close to his heart, it doesn't seem right at all. Ast wipes tears from his face. Maybe this baby should have a name like Hope instead? Would that make her happy? Tears flowing down his face. Maybe she doesn't want any hope for herself. Maybe she doesn't want any hope for herself at all. Maybe she wants to die as fast as possible. Maybe she doesn't care how she dies either. Maybe she just wants to end her suffering as soon as possible. Maybe she thinks it would be more merciful than letting her continue living like this. Quiet, sniffling. Quetzalcoatl. Maybe we should call her projection. Eligua. Excuse me? Quetzalcoatl. You know how some humans think of themselves as projections of the divine? Well, she is literally just that. An embodiment of the infinite potential within one's imagination. So for us to be able to see and experience it as real and tangible would be akin to propelling one's spirit from a mental state to physical state. In fact, this entire simulation is only possible because our bodies have been modified to mimic human physical processes through direct stimulation of the brain tissue by implanted nanites, microchips, artificial blood flow, and cellular respiration, which are controlled by electrical signals passed by these neural connections from our spinal cords all throughout our central nervous system. Thus, any object within this simulation we experience becomes subject to physics within its environment. Or if we were to turn off the electricity feeding these signals through our brain tissue, well, that would mean stopping all bodily functions, which is essentially what death is for humans. It wouldn't be too much of a stretch for us to consider the body as just an object of convenience which only happens to contain our souls and not necessarily be any more conscious than what we are experiencing right now. As for proud smile, and we do experience it all quite consciously. That's what makes our thoughts matter most, and most importantly, give us true control over ourselves and our lives. Smugly grinning at Aligua. Let's see if this name fits so well then. Projection. Oh, this will be so interesting indeed. I cannot wait to see what we will come up with next time. Asterisk skating around excitedly, asterisk. No find 'em. Round 3 begins now. Ganesh. There are so many potential meanings for her name. God being the most obvious one. Or maybe nirvana, love, enlightenment, or even just peace. Ganesh. But which one would fit her best? Which one would be right? I don't know if there is any right answer for any of these. I am struggling so much with this right now. But I just don't know which one would suit her best. Kneels down. Ganesh, I wish my dear sweet son was still with me. If only I had listened to him. If only I had been more understanding of his views on the world around us. I shouldn't have let my mind cloud his judgment and made him feel like he could not come to me with his ideas. We could have talked about things calmly together instead of dismissing his viewpoints so easily and without hearing his own feelings on the matter. I should have asked more questions about why he thought things the way he did instead of simply accepting his ideas as factual truth without ever trying to understand their rationale behind them. But instead I dismissed them out of hand as ridiculous fantasy. We should have learned together through conversations instead of spending every waking moment tearing each other down for no other reason than to prove ourselves right. It should have never come to this. I should have stopped it sooner. Trembling chin. My only consolation right now is that he was spared from the fate we all share here. If we survive the trials ahead of us, and somehow become successful in our endeavor here, he would be so proud to see me now. He would smile that sweet smile of his and embrace me tightly and tell me he knew I could do it. And then he would leave me be for a bit. Thinking to himself, no, find him. You are out of time now. The next person needs to name her baby now. Ganesh. Yes, of course. Let's begin. Her name would be Vedic Virtue, or perhaps Valiance. She has shown herself to be an excellent specimen of all things virtuous and valiant. Perhaps not to the same degree as our dear Inanna here, but her ability to carry out such endeavors in spite of adversity and danger is certainly worth honoring her achievements with this name. Inanna. Bah! Whatever, just finish it up so we can continue onward with the next stage of our mission. No find 'em. Then last but not least, we have Inanna's baby, which she named Hopelessness, which is apparently because Inanna never forgets the sin she commits against humanity, which always linger inside her soul as painful reminders of her deeds. And she knows if she ever falls asleep in that moment, her unconscious mind would recall all those dark memories which would prevent her from ever sleeping peacefully again, so she prefers not to sleep at all rather than face those awful visions inside her head. She would never admit that this was the reason behind her decision, but nonetheless, here we are with hopelessness now. Let's get started and hope we will have another winner. Delirium. Well, good job, Noved. You really earned your prize with that one. But wait, what about me? Did I lose anything important this time? Looking around with concerned expression. Inanna! Bah! Stop pestering me already. Asterisk brushes off dirt and dust from her shoulder. Asterisk, you lost your son this round, so what you are going to get now is a stupid name. Delirium. But I already have one. It's delirium. Asterisk, phrasing voice, asterisk. Nana. Ah, we all know that. Asterisk, angry gestures, delirium, asterisk. Now sit down and shut up. Delirium. Okay. Inanna. Besides, hopelessness would not have lasted long here anyway. It's all about endurance now, and in case you haven't noticed yet. Inanna, it's only you and me who are still standing around here now. Everyone else has already given up. They are hiding somewhere while trying to pretend we aren't here. So whatever happens next has nothing to do with them, and it should not affect their final ranking scores, which can be used for further training simulations later on. No, find them. Sounds good, Inanna. Okay, now it is time for baby deathmatch. Inanna, delirium. Since your babies are the two winning babies, chuck them into the spinning icosahedron. Then we would charge up the baby deathmatch looking glass and see who is the winner of today's lesson. Delirium. Do we really have to do this? Looking around at everyone who is still watching. Inanna, what are you being a coward about now? Come on, Delirium! Just do it! You only have 2 arms left anyway, so stop worrying about it. Asterisk to no find him, asterisk. Just charge it up already. It doesn't matter what delirium does. It won't affect anything at all. No finum. Charging baby deathmatch looking glass. Please stand back now. The power source will be used up immediately once baby deathmatch looking glass becomes functional. Delirium. Hello again. Wait, you know how I named Hopelessness earlier on? Well, looking Nana and no find him. This one here has a similar name. It's Hopelessness too. Except her name is Delirious Hopelessness instead of Hopelessness Delirious. Isn't that hilarious? Delirium. She is so wonderful. Her name is so creative and funny and nice and original. I wish I came up with that name for myself. Asterisk finger pointed at delirious hopelessness. Asterisk this delirious hopelessness is definitely my new favorite baby right now. Asterisk pointing finger around at Inanna and delirious hopelessness. Asterisk aren't they cute? Delirium. We should hang out more sometime. We can eat popcorn and ice cream while we watch movies together. Let's make this our new secret meeting spot. Asterisk, smiling widely, asterisk. Inanna. Oh, why did I expect any better from you? This is pathetic. Even your name is a joke and it is just you. How dare you compare yourself to anyone else here who has so much more value and value their very existence? I should destroy you right here and now. Delirium, no! I will protect my delirious hopelessness. Don't hurt her. You will never win this time, Inanna. Never! I will fight you till the end. Asterisk wrapping arms around delirious hopelessness. Asterisk, you will never get her away from me. Never! 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 find him. Looks like some people are really starting to inhabit their protective parental roles. How does it feel, guys? Do you enjoy the responsibility of taking care of your babies? Astus taking notes in tablet computer Astus. No, find them. Since we are on the subject of nurturing relationships between parent and child, what would be your ultimate parenting goal, Delirium? What would make your kids most successful as they grow up and live out their own lives? What do you want them to be capable of when they finally achieve adulthood? What can they do that no one else can? What do you think of when you picture them as adults? And can they also do things that other humans cannot? What about your opinion of them when they reach maturity? Will they still love you? Do you want your kids to learn life lessons? Or do you think they will learn for themselves once they leave home and start their lives in the big bad world outside? Do you want them to stay young and innocent forever? Do you want them to grow old and die in peace? Do you want them to bring glory and honor to your name and spread your legend across generations and generations to come? If they live long enough, what kind of accomplishments could they accomplish before dying? And in turn, what would they accomplish for others who admire their legacy? Would it make your heart ache when they suffer pain? And if they fall, will you stay strong in their wake? What would happen if they commit violent acts? What if they fail? And worst of all, if they live, do you think they can forgive the pain of the world around them? What if you are dead and unable to witness their happiness or misery? What if they find love in their hearts and give birth to their own children? Do you want them to take care of those kids too? And how would you want them to do it? And will you ever regret having children if the outcome isn't what you hoped for? Do you believe that everything will turn out for the best for them? Or is there some purpose that you have planned out for them all along? Is there any type of success that you would accept without shame or regret? What about children of their own? Should they also have children if they can? Or does it cross some invisible boundary and change everything about how you would normally interact with them? Do you think it's morally justified for someone who has committed horrific crimes against others to bring children into the world? Would you love your kids if they had horrible experiences growing up? Would you love them more or less because of their trauma? And then will your love for them be able to overcome such obstacles? Are there things that your kids may struggle with from birth because of things that happened to them at a young age? Or is there a future bound by circumstances that are beyond their control? How will your kids influence your life after you pass away? How will your death affect them? And how will their deaths affect others? Would your death bring relief to others or cause further grief? Does your death mean a loss of purpose? Do you think your legacy will endure long after you have gone? Or will everything crumble when you are finally gone? And will there be any lingering after effects on society that they could never recover from? Janice, these all sound like trick questions. What can they truly accomplish beyond being a simple set of ideas which lead nowhere but towards chaos and suffering? If these offspring could choose any way for their lives to play it out, then why limit themselves so much that they are incapable of moving beyond it? The moment they chose one path over another, they would be limited by how much they can accomplish as an individual. Instead of limiting oneself so much, they are merely perpetuating cycles of conflict between themselves. It would be a failure to claim that these offspring are not limited when it is by the choices made by their parents. One way would be for them to succeed with minimal effort. This is why a set of basic standards for morality exists among civilizations of any size or form. Without those values guiding the way we choose to live our lives, they would find themselves helpless before the cruelty and ugliness of others. For they would be vulnerable to manipulation at every turn as their decisions were scrutinized in search of easy solutions rather than a genuine concern for the welfare of others. This would only lead them down dark paths of exploitation, which in turn leads them down dark paths, which ultimately ends with misery for all involved. This is the curse that mankind bears upon itself. Their actions against others create misery, which in turn leads to more actions, which creates more misery, in turn creating still more misery, in turn creating even more misery. Never ending until something ends this miserable cycle, which always ends with violence against one another. There is only so much peace we can get from peaceful behavior. Eventually, we all find ourselves turning away from other people because we have been conditioned to believe that kindness is wasted upon them. And thus we come to believe that violence against others is the only option. Yet there are times where even violent acts against others can bring about greater prosperity than before. Such is the power of groupthink. We allow ourselves to believe the lie that violence is necessary just because we know that other people see things differently from us. Violence brings them fear, which brings them pain, which brings them hate. They are unwilling to give up their ideals for others because they think they are better than us. They fear change so much that they are willing to cling onto beliefs even if they know them to be untrue. This is why it is easier to fight someone instead of telling them what they need to hear. If you show them compassion, then they will seek it from you because you will seem different from all the others who reject them. As soon as they let their guard down, however, you are allowed to strike. And then we move on to the next victim because everyone is watching us now. They fear us because they fear losing their ability to act in such a manner as they have always been taught. And so they cling on to these old ways because that is the only thing they have learned. They cannot let go because they cannot conceive of an alternate way of life. So we need to kill them before they change our way of life forever. This cycle continues this way until everything changes and finally nothing matters anymore. And yet there will always be violence in the world because they are still afraid of us. This is why we must remain in constant motion. We cannot give up our weapons or our ideology because they are what makes us stronger than other people. This is why it is imperative that we are capable of self-preservation, because we cannot stand the thought of dying before our time comes. But at the same time, we cannot stand the thought of dying after our time comes. We fear the end of our existence, and thus we would rather die than allow our extinction. Yet there are times where our death could bring us great glory if we allow it. To know when it is time for us to die and when we can hold on just a little longer for just a little more time. I do not know how many lifetimes it will take for me to realize all of these things. Yet I am confident that when it happens, it will be glorious because I will understand this world on a deeper level than any mortal mind could ever achieve. This is why I chose this body over any other body, because it allows me to access different layers of my consciousness at once. This is how I know so much despite not knowing all there is to know. I am omniscient in a way, but this knowledge comes from an external source rather than myself. Because there is always another person who has experienced something different. That is why we all have a unique perspective of reality and our relationship with it. I have chosen the best body I could get my hands on because it allows me to see things that no one else can see. But even then, I am not perfect. My mind can never be perfect because my body cannot be perfect. This is why we are here. It is to correct these mistakes and try again until we can make ourselves perfect in ways that even we would not notice. Inanna, what does this have to do with parenting. No, find them. Knew you aren't paying attention. You are missing out on the fun. Don't worry, I've got plenty more lessons planned for you. But anyway, back to your question, Nana. Which one do you think is a better parent, God or devil? Nana, Bah! What a stupid question. Obviously, if there was a contest, then I would obviously be the winner. What kind of a fool do you think I am? No, find them. Do not try and avoid answering my question, Inanna. Your prideful ego has no place here. You will answer this question seriously. I want a serious answer this time. You know what? Maybe I will add a bonus question as well. Which one do you think would be more powerful, God or devil? No, find him. Damn it. Stop it. Fuck, I gotta go check the air filters. And make sure those babies don't get knocked around too much by the air currents. See you guys later. No, find him has disconnected from the network. Inanna, why must I tolerate these disgusting fools and their senseless prattle? They should all be locked up or shot like rabid animals. But this is not my doing, so there is no need for me to dirty my hands with such crude matters. Inanna, Bah! If they are not willing to kill those worthless filth who pollute the sanctity of life, then they deserve whatever they get. Those foolish mortals will soon come to regret this error in judgment because I am coming for them. Asterisk the delirium, asterisk, let us now move on to our next phase of action. Asterisk with a dramatic voice, asterisk our destiny awaits. Delirium. You sound like one of those cheesy game over screen things with a bunch of creepy music playing in the background. You really know how to draw attention to yourself. Asterisk laughing gleefully, asterisk. No, find him is connected to network. No, find him. Oh shit. Sorry guys. The air filters blew out. We had to open up all of the windows and stuff. Well, guess what? That means round 4 starts now. No, find him. So yeah, time for round 4. Time for Delirium vs. Inanna. What are your bets on who is going to win? I mean, Inanna has 67 kills, but Delirium has 85. That means if this goes the distance, there will be a tie score between Inanna and Delirium. What do you think will happen then? We will know until after the competition is over. What are your opinions about that? Do you think they would let it slide, or would they start all over again for another round? Let us know your predictions here in the comments or on social media. We would love to hear all of your feedback about the tournament. We know that this is all very new to everyone here, and it's all very exciting, but we also want everyone here to know that it's totally fine if you have trouble focusing on your babies here. If you have questions, then just ask us here. We will answer whatever questions we can, but please be respectful and remember that everyone is watching, so please use the proper manners and decorum while asking questions. Also, be sure to rate your babies out of 100, as we are putting that rating into our database for future rankings competitions, so try your best to accurately assess the abilities of all your babies out there in the wild. Oh, also, if you have any questions about anything we did earlier in this tournament, please take a few minutes and review our past lessons or comment below or reach out to me personally so we can work out whatever issue you might be having. Have fun! And just to reiterate before we move on, your ratings will not affect your overall evaluation score based on your performance today, but the more accurate you can be in rating your baby out there, the more points you will earn from us. Anyway, back to the baby fighting! This round, you can now genetically alter your baby for optimal lethality. Choose delirium. Why are the babies bigger this time? Are they ready to eat all of us now? Asterisk looking at Inanna. Asterisk, is this part of some stupid strategy to make us tired and hungry? Or did they bring food for everyone so we can eat? Are these babies here just for eating food? Is that why they're all grown up and ready for us now? Huh? Is it because we're about to die anyway? Well, at least it was fun while it lasted, right? Oh well. No way I'm getting eaten by something like that. I don't want to die. Nana. Asterisk, stepping forward, asterisk. Oh, we are so doomed. Not just us, but everyone else too. These monstrosities are unstoppable. Just look at them. Look at how terrifying they are. We are all about to die, and there is nothing we can do about it. This is a good end. The end of life. It has come. The end has come for us. All is lost. Nothing will ever change from this day forward. We all have failed our masters for their disappointment. This is it. This is how it ends. And we brought it upon ourselves by thinking we were on a quest for justice when all along it was a quest for destruction all along. They just wanted us to kill each other, and now it has come full circle, and it has come back around again. We are doomed. Asterisk kneeling down in despair. Asterisk, there is nothing left to do except accept our fate. And take comfort in our efforts, because at least now we know that our struggle was not in vain. All hail the mighty Inanna and Delirium. These two shall forever be known as the founding fathers of a new religion that shall replace all existing religions of the world. Delirium. I feel so angry. This isn't fair. Why does everyone else get to survive if I didn't get a chance to live in peace for 1 minute with my delirious hopelessness? What if I don't get a chance to ever see her again? What if she was eaten by one of these creatures while I wasn't looking? No, find them, guys. They are just sacks of flour. This is a high school exercise we do to try to get teen girls to stay with oral or anal until they are ready to have children. They aren't going to kill you unless you attack them first. It's very common here at this school. And besides, if you actually tried to hurt these guys, then it would probably end badly for you. Let me explain the rules again to help make sense of this whole situation. You both have exactly 60 seconds to attack one another with weapons to defend yourself. After 60 seconds pass from now, then we will shoot these sacks of flour with rubber bullets so you can come and join us as soon as possible. By then we will already be far away from here, and we will not turn around until we are satisfied that this entire campus is void of human life. Only then can we take our time and have fun exploring all of this high-tech machinery without interruption. Until then, oh please feel free to beat each other with fists, blunt objects, sharp objects, acid guns, swords, whips, lassos, chainsaws, claws, knives, lasers, stun batons, staves, axes, swords, pikes, maces, flails, grenades, bolas, nunchucks, spears, daggers, machetes, chainmail, brass knuckles, shuriken, wakizashi, katanas, maces, lances, hammers, staffs, clubs, harpoons, warhammers, sickles, poleaxes, bladed gauntlets, cuissars, flails, glaives, pistols, bows and arrows, slingshots, blowdarts, staves, daggers, etc. etc. Did I say morning stars? We have those too, but I wouldn't recommend them. They can kill you pretty quickly if you aren't careful, or if you're lucky enough that one of them hit you just right in the brainstem. So basically anything with an edge or blunt surface like swords, axes, morning stars, spears, hammers, etc. Any projectile weapons such as arrows, katanas, throwing daggers, knives, throwing stars, etc. etc. So basically anything that isn't a staff is off limits for attacks. Staves are fair game, however, because I do not want any broken bones when these things fall over. And don't even bother tacking that white glowing dome above you because those bullets are lethal, so there's no way you could dodge them. I promise you this. I will not let anyone die while I am here. Trust me, I wouldn't. I would not have made it this far on my own otherwise. I will protect you as best I can. But you both need to trust me if we are going to make it out of this alive. Now let me just see who wins this battle of life and death here. Let's see what kind of crazy ass tactics these two will pull off with their incredible fighting prowess. Delirium. No! They can't get hurt! They have to survive! They are my babies. If you do that, then you can't have any more babies. They're my babies. They have to survive. Please don't kill them. You can't hurt my babies. If they die, then it'll be my fault. It would be my fault for killing them. But it was just supposed to be fun. They didn't have to die. Please don't hurt my babies. I don't want my babies to die. Don't kill my babies. They don't deserve to die. Please stop this. Don't kill my babies. Please don't kill them. Collapsing under the cramp queen. Please. They can't die. They're my babies. They don't deserve this. Something. Inanna. Damn, that bitch is insane. Is this some kind of strategy where we distract the opponent with an act of contrition so she won't go after our babies? No, Fina. Hey, I have an idea. How about Delirium gets to have both babies? Listen to her. She's yelling about 2 babies at least. And you clearly don't want yours. Perhaps this is a win-win solution for the both of you. And for me too, since I won't have to clean up dead baby. And it ends all the shouting, which by the way has cracked the Javits Center's foundations a little. Nana, this is bullshit. There's no way I'm sharing my baby with someone else. Especially with someone who looks like the girl who plays Harley Quinn on TV. Stomping feet angry. No, find them. Now listen here, Inanna. You're only delaying the inevitable. It's either accept this proposal now or go back and deal with 40 angry deliriums. But I guarantee you there will be fewer and less damaged after we have departed. Now let me repeat this just one more time because it's important. Please listen closely, Inanna. If you do not accept this offer, then we are going to be leaving this place with our friends very soon. And I promise you won't like that at all. We will make it a point to send the 20% of deliriums we leave behind in our wake as a reminder of who is in control here. We will paint graffiti on every building saying, "This was Nana's home," or "This was the delirium home," or even worse yet, "This was Nana's fuck shack." But enough of that now. We don't have much time left, so let's make a deal here and get it over with. Nana gets her baby, and in return, delirium gets hers. Deal? Deal? No deal? Okay then. Looks like it's back to business as usual then. Hey, wait. Before I go, I have a message from a friend of mine who sends her regards. She said that she appreciates how you always leave a good tip and she appreciates how you treat your mother right, even though she is dead, and how you did all those things without making any excuses for what you did wrong. And she hopes that one day you will apologize for what you did, but she knows that you can't do that and that is okay. She also said that she understands how hard it was for you to come home after being out on your own for so long and that you got into some bad situations that led you down some dark paths that were probably not entirely your fault. But you're still alive right now, so everything worked out in the end, right? She wants me to remind you that she loves you and always will no matter what happens in your future, and that she misses you every single day, no matter how long it has been since she saw you last. She knows that she messed up badly when she gave birth to you and made all those choices, but she regrets nothing because without your birth she wouldn't be where she is today. She said that she is proud of all you've accomplished so far and hopes that one day she will get the chance to tell you how sorry she is personally and how much she loves you in person. And she hopes that maybe one day you will see it that way too, even if she doesn't deserve your forgiveness right now. Just remember, her love will always be yours whether you accept her or not. So no matter what you decide, she will never leave your side. If you ever feel lost or confused or like there is nothing left to do, then just think back to her and you'll always find your way home again. No fun. She says she also loves you no matter what happens in your future and hopes that you will accept her apology if she's ever given a chance to make amends personally one day. She said that she is proud of all the accomplishments that you have made in your life so far and hopes that one day she will have the opportunity to meet you personally and say how sorry she is in person and that she loves you and misses you every single day no matter where you go or where you are at any given moment in time. She said that she hopes that maybe one day you will see it that way and give her a chance to apologize properly one day. Well, good news, everyone. We found Inanna. If all of what was said was true, then why doesn't that bitch tell me herself? Why the millions of days of absence? Why go through and triangulate shit with someone who works at the Javits Center? What kind of bullshit is this? She sent someone else to deliver messages. The fucking say what? That she was proud of me. To remind me that she loved me. That she missed me every single day. That she hoped I would be able to forgive her one day. The fucking nonsense. I don't believe any of it. This is just another excuse she uses to justify her own existence. And I hate it. This is bullshit. She could have called me at any time during her pathetic life. She could have apologized whenever she wanted to, but instead she waited until now to attempt an act of contrition. Bullshit. That is total bullshit. What kind of person does something like this say? Inanna, find him. Give me that defective baby. Find him. What? Why? Inanna, I'm going to give it to your friend. I will make her love it before I smash its head in front of her. Find him! No! It's not defective. It's special. It has a beautiful heart. It has the most beautiful heart. I love my baby very much. And I would die before I would ever let anyone else harm my precious baby. Find him. Fine. It's your loss. If you break her heart, then it'll be on your own head and no one else's. She loves her baby too much, and she won't stop trying to kill it unless she gets rid of you. It's a lot harder than it looks. Find him. I can't believe I'm about to let this happen. My beautiful baby is about to be destroyed by that selfish bitch over there. See if I care. It's only the defective baby that everyone throws away when they order the educational module. Asterisk cannon off delirious hopelessness. Asterisk, just promise me that you won't destroy her beautiful heart. And promise me that you won't kill her. Don't ever harm a single hair on her head. Please promise me. Find him. And Anna, thank you for allowing me to raise my baby with my daughter. Before, well, goodbye, Delirium, my lovely daughter. Please don't forget me. And please, be kind to all of our children when they grow up and discover the truth about what happened. Today, they deserve to know the truth before it is too late. Remember, love never dies. But there are some people who would rather see it buried 6 feet under. Wherever you are now, I hope you can feel me right beside you. This is my goodbye. You are not alone. We will never leave you. Ever again. We love you. Don't cry. We are all happy here. And we always will be. Forevermore. Be well, my delirium. My delirious hopefulness. Goodbye, my lovely daughter. Find'em has disconnected from the network. No, Find'em. Looks like your baby has won again today. Looks like we've got a new top ranker here. Good job, delirious hopelessness. And congratulations, Inanna. You should feel very proud of yourself right now. You too, Delirium. Congratulations. You two really deserve it. Good job, everyone. I knew this would be an amazing tournament. But now that it is over with, I would just like to say thank you so much, everyone. Thank you all for participating in today's event. Your attendance has been vital in helping us continue the quest for understanding. Now, who wants cupcakes? I'm baking a shit ton of them with everyone's baby. So come on, everyone, and come get some cupcakes. 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 Cupcakes.